Hi, and welcome to Deepwell Archival Services. Today's brief 5-minute video, we're going to discuss the implementation of a tiered storage architecture. Okay, and we're going to discuss that in the context of vendor-neutral archive technology and in the subset of VNA technology, which we call image lifecycle management. Okay, and what we want to drive home, we want to drive home the point that even the small and mid-size imaging organization can have access to enterprise-class technology and functionality at very affordable prices. In other words, at Deepwell, we believe in delivering vendor-neutral archive technology as a cloud-based service, and we believe in delivering those solutions to the smallest and the largest organizations. Okay, so regardless of what size imaging center or imaging organization you are, you have access to enterprise-class and enterprise functionality-based solutions. So, and again, no matter how large or how small you are, basically we all have the same requirements that we have to live with. Okay, the HIPAA security rule calls out disaster recovery and business continuance contingency plans, in systems that are designed to store medical image data. The language actually says you have to maintain exact retrievable copies of the study data throughout its retention period. That retention period is typically 7 years minimum for any critical diagnostic study. So, again, regardless of the size of your organization, you all have the same requirements. Why shouldn't you have access, to the same enterprise class solutions? Well, at Deepwell, you do. Okay, we implement as an on-site, off-site storage architecture, the on-site portion, and we have other videos on our website that describe our solution in detail. But the on-site portion of our solution is DICOM 3.0 conformant, okay, and it also has our image management storage application installed. Okay, this on-site server integrates in a very tightly coupled fashion with the PACS and the primary storage from an on-site perspective. So we provide an on-site image cache and integration with the PACS through DICOM storage commitment. Now, at the same time, we take advantage of cloud-based technologies, okay, for the advantage of our imaging organization clients. So essentially, if you're a teleradiology shop or an imaging center that does reads and diagnostic services for your clients, you can probably turn storage and archive into a profit center, okay, while still providing a very economical and a very high value-added service as far as long-term preservation of your clients' diagnostic study data. So again, you may be able to take storage and turn it from a cost center into a profit center, okay, by utilizing an on-site, off-site vendor-neutral archive technology solution. Let's look a little closer. What is VNA and vendor-neutral archive, PACS-neutral archive? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. Regardless of what you might hear from some vendors and some analyst and consulting circles, a VNA is not necessarily, by definition, a seven-figure solution. Quite the opposite. We'll run some numbers at the end of the video presentation here that might really shock you. But again, enterprise-class vendor-neutral archive technology that provides business continuance and disaster recovery is available for the largest organizations all the way down to the smallest. Okay, so again, vendor-neutral archive or PACS-neutral archive technology does not have to cost a fortune. Now, let's take a look at some of those numbers. Okay, now, we actually compiled some numbers based on some smaller imaging organizations that were doing 500 to 1,000 studies a month. Okay, now you're typically in an end-user implemented and managed storage paradigm where you buy your own storage and manage it over the long haul. You're typically in the $250 to $4 range, so we stuck in the lower end of the spectrum. Okay, but for a 7-year retention period, let's say typically in the $250 to $4 range, and you've got these recurring costs, they're just unavoidable. Okay, with Deepwell, we calculated, and again, this was based on a smaller shop, 35 cents. Okay, that's whether it's a 7-year retention period, a 10 or a 20-year period. Okay, if it's a 7-year retention and you destroy that data, it costs you a nickel a year. If you keep it for 10 years, it costs you 3.5 cents a year. So again, we're providing enterprise class vendor-neutral archive technology at extremely affordable prices, one-time ingestion fee for the life of the data. If you're a small shop, we ran some numbers for an organization recently. They were doing 600 studies a month. We found for the cost of one CT study a month that they could deploy and implement this vendor-neutral archive technology as a cloud-based service. So we think enterprise-class solutions should be available to organizations large and small, and that's our motto at Deepwell. And we hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. We appreciate your interest and look forward to seeing you on the next presentation.